You've probably heard this phrase before. Everything in moderation, right? Maybe it's what your doctor told you. Maybe it's what you told yourself, reaching for that bag of snacks during your favorite TV show. But what if I told you some of the most common snacks in your pantry, the ones you've trusted for years, are designed to keep you addicted? And worse, they could be slowly damaging your heart, brain, and even your bones without you feeling a single thing. In one recent study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people over 50 who regularly consumed these ultra-processed snacks had a 28% higher risk of cognitive decline, even when their diets were otherwise balanced. Now imagine this. Margaret, 67, thought she was being good. She switched from chips to veggie sticks and replaced soda with flavored water. But her memory kept slipping. Her joints hurt more, and her blood sugar out of control. It wasn't until her granddaughter pointed to one of the snack labels that it hit her. "Grandma, this says 0 sugar, but look at all the other stuff." What's really hiding in our so-called healthy snacks? You're about to find out, because today we're counting down 7 popular snacks that you may be eating daily, but after watching this, you might just swear them off forever. Now, to be clear, this video isn't personal medical advice. Everything you hear today is for educational purposes only. Always speak with your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet. But what we're sharing here is based on real data, real experiences, and real risks that seniors over 50 deserve to know. Before we dive in, we want to hear from you. What's one snack you used to love, but had to give up for health reasons? Or maybe there's one you're not sure about. Drop it in the comments. We're reading everything and we reply with tailored tips and insights. All right, let's jump in. Here are the 7 snacks to look out for. We're starting with one that many people think is actually healthy. 7. Veggie chips. The colorful lie. They come in bright green, red, and purple. They promise real vegetables, baked, not fried, and sometimes even keto-friendly. But guess what? Most veggie chips have more in common with potato chips than with real vegetables. Here's how. They're made from powdered or dehydrated vegetables mixed with starch, oils, and salt, then shaped, baked, and bagged. They often contain very little actual fiber, almost no real vitamins, and are loaded with refined seed oils that increase inflammation. In one test, 80% of veggie chips contained canola or sunflower oil, which, when consumed regularly, have been linked to oxidative stress, a fancy term for your cells getting rusty. And for seniors, that means more joint pain, slower brain function, and even higher blood pressure. Margaret, from earlier, she swapped to veggie chips, thinking it was the safer route. But after cutting them out completely and replacing them with air-fried kale and lightly salted almonds, she saw her inflammation markers drop by 30% on her next test. Swap this with sliced cucumbers, celery with hummus, or air-popped popcorn with olive oil. 6. Sugar-free cookies. The sweet deception. Ah, the words that trick millions. No sugar added. For people watching their blood sugar, these snacks sound like a gift. But what they don't tell you is this. Sugar-free doesn't mean safe. Most sugar-free snacks contain sorbitol, maltitol, or sucralose, sugar alcohols or artificial sweeteners that can wreak havoc on your gut microbiome. In a 2023 review from Frontiers in Nutrition, long-term use of sucralose was found to reduce healthy gut bacteria by up to 50%, leading to poor digestion, weaker immunity, and even mood swings. Plus, many of these cookies still have refined carbs and processed fats, which can spike blood sugar anyway, just slower and sneakier. George, 71, shared how his sugar-free cookies left him feeling bloated and foggy every morning.
Once he cut them out and replaced dessert with Greek yogurt and berries, his blood sugar stabilized, and he finally slept through the night. Try instead chia pudding with cinnamon, frozen banana slices, or 90% dark chocolate, 1 to 2 squares only.
5. Flavored rice cakes, the empty crunch. They crunch, they feel light. They even say gluten-free and low-fat. But don't let the sound of health fool you. Flavored rice cakes are often pure starch, with added artificial flavorings, sweeteners, and dyes. Even a caramel rice cake can contain maltodextrin, a processed carbohydrate that spikes your blood sugar faster than table sugar. And because they're so light, you often eat 4, 5, or 6 at a time without feeling full, which leads to a blood sugar roller coaster, making you tired, irritable, and hungrier later. A study from Diabetes Care found that elderly adults who consumed high glycemic snacks like rice cakes had a 24% higher risk of developing insulin resistance over time. Anita, 63, used to nibble on these between meals thinking they were harmless, but her doctor noticed her A1C creeping up. After switching to high-fiber crackers and sliced boiled eggs, her levels normalized in 3 months. Healthier alternative? Whole grain crackers with avocado or cucumber slices with tuna salad. 4. Protein bars, the candy bars in disguise. They're sold in pharmacies. They're advertised with words like energy, fuel, meal replacement, and they come in flavors like chocolate brownie, salted caramel, and peanut butter crunch. Sounds healthy until you flip it over. Most mainstream protein bars, yes, even the ones marketed to seniors, contain ultra-processed soy protein isolate, hydrogenated oils, and high fructose syrups. Let's break that down. Soy protein isolate is a cheap filler. It's been stripped of its fiber and nutrients, and in some studies, it has shown potential to interfere with thyroid function, especially in older adults with existing imbalances. Hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats, can increase your bad cholesterol, LDL, while lowering the good kind, HDL, directly contributing to heart disease. And don't be fooled by syrup solids or tapioca syrup. Those are just creative names for sugar. In fact, one popular protein bar contains over 20 grams of sugar. That's 5 teaspoons in one tiny package. Case study. Raymond, 70, thought he was being smart by replacing breakfast with a nutrition bar every morning. But his liver enzymes shot up, his energy dropped, and his doctor warned him, "You're eating a candy bar in disguise." Once he swapped to real food, like hard-boiled eggs and a handful of almonds, his labs improved and he felt full longer. What to do instead? Make your own protein snack. Blend Greek yogurt, chia seeds, and frozen blueberries. Or boil a couple of eggs with a handful of almonds. Real protein, real nutrients, no surprises. 3. Microwave popcorn, the chemical cloud. Popcorn, healthy, right? If you make it on the stove or with an air popper, yes. But microwave popcorn is a very different story. Most pre-packaged microwave popcorn bags are lined with PFOAs, perfluorooctanoic acids, a type of chemical also used in Teflon pans. PFOAs have been linked to a range of issues, including liver damage, hormone disruption, weakened immune response, and even higher cancer risk according to the Environmental Working Group. That's just the bag. The actual popcorn kernels are often coated in artificial butter flavor, usually made from diacetyl, a chemical that, when heated and inhaled repeatedly, has been linked to a condition called popcorn lung in industrial workers exposed to large amounts. Frankie, 66, said he microwaved a bag of popcorn almost every evening after dinner. It wasn't until his coughing got worse and his wife noticed the labels that they realized this wasn't just a light snack, it was a chemical cocktail. Once they switched to air-popped popcorn seasoned with olive oil and herbs, his symptoms cleared within weeks. Try this. Buy plain kernels, use an air popper or stovetop method, and season naturally, like with cinnamon or nutritional yeast. 2. Fruit-flavored yogurts, the blood sugar bomb. This one surprises a lot of people because yogurt sounds healthy. It has calcium, right? Probiotics? Well, yes, if you get the right kind. But the fruit on the bottom or light-flavored yogurts you find at most grocery stores can contain more sugar than a can of soda. In fact, some popular senior-targeted yogurts contain 18 to 22 grams of added sugar. That's up to 6 teaspoons. And guess what? The fruit is usually just jam, made with corn syrup, flavoring, and artificial coloring. So what's the risk? Too much added sugar, especially in older adults, has been linked to increased abdominal fat, greater insulin resistance, slower memory recall, and even lower bone density, especially in postmenopausal women. Case in point, Joanne, 64, ate fruit yogurt every morning with her granola, but she was constantly tired, foggy, and felt hungry an hour later. Her nutritionist showed her the label, and the truth shocked her. She switched to plain Greek yogurt with her own blueberries, a drizzle of honey, and a dash of cinnamon. Her energy? Back. Her hunger? Gone. Her blood sugar? Steady. Better choice? Go for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, add your own fruit. That way you control the sugar, not the food companies. We've gone through 6 already, but there's still one snack left on this list, and it's the most dangerous one of all.
1. Snack crackers, the comfort killer. They're simple, they're salty, and they're the snack you've probably had with soup since you were a child. I'm talking about snack crackers, like saltines, cheese-flavored bites, buttery squares. They seem harmless, but the truth is, these crackers may be the most quietly destructive snack for seniors. Here's why. Most snack crackers are made from refined white flour, which means all the fiber, vitamins, and minerals have been stripped away. This type of flour acts almost identically to sugar in the body, causing rapid blood sugar spikes followed by a crash. And that constant roller coaster, it leads to fatigue, irritability, insulin resistance, midsection weight gain, and cognitive decline over time. But it gets worse. A study published in Neurology found that older adults with high refined carbohydrate intake had a 44% higher chance of developing mild cognitive impairment, which is often a precursor to Alzheimer's disease. And we haven't even talked about the oils. Most snack crackers contain partially hydrogenated oils, the infamous trans fats that can damage your blood vessels, increase LDL, bad cholesterol, decrease HDL, good cholesterol, and even increase your risk of stroke. Real story. Harold, 73. For years, Harold had crackers with peanut butter every night before bed. He thought it was a light, smart snack. But then came the swelling, the shortness of breath, and eventually a visit to the cardiologist who told him his triglycerides were dangerously high. When they reviewed his food journal, those nightly crackers were the biggest red flag. Harold switched to apple slices with almond butter. Within 6 months, his cholesterol dropped, his energy went up, and most importantly, he said he felt like his brain woke back up. Healthier alternative? Try rice paper rolls, sliced apples with cinnamon, or seed crackers made with flax and oats.
The truth is, snacks are supposed to sustain us, but many modern snacks are doing the opposite. They're engineered to hook your taste buds, spike your blood sugar, inflame your gut, and wear down your brain. But you're not powerless. You now know what to look for. You've seen the hidden chemicals, the fake health labels, the dangerous additives. And the best part? It's not too late to turn things around. Whether you're 55 or 85, your body is still capable of change, healing, and strength. It starts with awareness, and just one better choice at a time. Now, we want to hear from you. What's the one snack you're saying goodbye to after watching this video? Or have you already made a swap that made a big difference in how you feel? Drop it in the comments below. We're reading every story and replying with tips that can help. And if you found this helpful, please share it with a friend, a parent, or a loved one who might be unknowingly sabotaging their health, one bite at a time. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're never too old, and it's never too late to eat smart, feel strong, and live well.